Gentlemen, what's up? How we doing? Welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm Cameron. With me always is Jared. Let's hear it for Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hear it. Oh, you guys are too kind. How don't you all get in my room?
Oh God, the worst one-liners. So, Jared,
what about airplane food? Okay.
what's the deal with airplane peanuts? So, Jared, what are we gonna get into today? What are you getting into?
So last week we discussed Terrence Howard going on Rogan, and he talked about a lot of interesting things. But this week I decided I'm going to try and interpret some of the things that Terrence Howard was trying to say. And maybe by the time we're done, you and I will both be convinced that Leonardo Da Vinci was a Jedi Knight.
I like it. Very good. So, and then guys, what I'm doing, because I love you all, is we're gonna find out which Tarantino movie is the best Tarantino movie.
Tarantino.
What?
I like the one, what is it? Die Hard.
Yeah. Great answer. All right, so what do you say we jump in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Run it.
Face on.
You like the end of Loki season 2?
Yeah.
Him with the green
It sounds
time.
like something I would make up. It really does. But it's real.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments, I was gonna say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods.
We do. We got the goods, ladies and gentlemen. I would never lie. So, Jared, how are you doing, pal? How's life in the big city?
So was Memorial Day.
Yeah. We had fun.
So yeah, we got to get together.
Yeah.
We do family events. I wished Addie was there. That's who I miss
Who's he? No, yeah.
the most. She had a fun vacation though with her mom, which was cool. They went and saw some cool stuff.
Sounds doper than what we did.
But yeah, it was. But it was so great to see the family and just hang out. I had a veggie hot dog, which I just regret.
By accident, you thought it
don't
was real.
like
You were
those.
eating it like this too.
Yeah, I
It was
don't
weird.
want it. No, I don't want the fake meat. I just don't want it.
Yeah,
It's not real meat, and it doesn't taste like real meat. Anyone who says it tastes like real meat, you can't even tell the difference. You tell the difference.
Yeah, no, the spicing,
Not real.
the spices are the same, I think is what they mean.
They throw spices in there to hide the fact that it's garbage.
It's not
No,
garbage.
it's fine. Most people like it.
Yeah, most people
Maybe
aren't
I'm the outlier.
Yeah, no, you're not, because there's more meat eaters than not. So, but yeah, it was fun. That was cool times. By the way, guys, I don't know if you fucking noticed, dude, but maybe I'm wearing the dopest shirt of all time. I don't know. You fucking tell me, dude.
Could be.
You fucking tell me, dude.
Could be.
So TPTNS, the podcast never sleeps, and it looks like the Las Vegas logo. Get it? How clever? Because we're in Las Vegas. Isn't
Yep.
that clever?
Vegas show.
Some clever kids. So,
Yeah, so we both showed up today and we're like, wow,
we did the Spider-Man
come
meme. where
on.
we looked at each other like that.
Anyway. How did this happen?
Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyway, indeed.
we also have a dope news segment.
Good.
Guys, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hello, CTB. We appreciate it so much. We also have chapters. So if you want to skip ahead to a cool part, you want to skip ahead to Jared's segment, cool. You want to skip to the news, go for it. I ain't gonna
There's
stop you.
lots of cool stuff. Yes. This
Yeah.
is a variety entertainment show.
Yeah, it is. It's an
So
entertainment.
pick your poison. Go through it all. Pick what you want to watch. Go back. Watch it again 3 times, 4 times if you want. Send it to all your friends.
Yeah.
Write nice comments.
Keep going.
Yeah, just be kind.
Rewind.
We love you.
Yeah. Sweet words. Pillow talk. So that's cool. So thank you so much. They
Yes,
like the
thank
shirts. And we're not going to make a store or anything because we're a very small channel. But for anybody who really wants to get one of these dope T-shirts, just hit us up in the email on the
We'll
on our
do
channel.
It.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll take care of you.
Yeah,
$12.99.
just for fun.
Cheapy cheap. Fun.
Yeah,
fun.
be part of
if
the
you
team.
want. If you want to be a part of the team, support the channel. All right, cool. Anyway, we got that out of the way. How do we get the shirts? So you just hit us up in that email on
The
the
description,
channel.
right? In the description,
In the
there's
description.
an email address. You can email us
I'll
directly.
put it in the description of this video.
Yeah.
Make it easy. But it's also on.
Oh, there's more coming. We've got different colors of them that we're going to wear and that we'll have. We're going to do cool stuff with it. We don't want to talk about it yet,
We
but
got some cool
there's some fun stuff.
fitted shirts. We got some really good material. It's high quality stuff. So anyway, Jay, Memorial Day was fun. We had good times.
Yes.
But So I really want to rank these Tarantino movies, but I need to hear, because we just talked about Terrence Howard, dude. And
Yes, we did.
Can I be honest?
Sure.
He seems like a wise gentleman. His recall's great, right? Tell me, like, have you ever read the book by blah, blah, blah? Hey, well, he discovered
But I
this.
feel like he just read that book. That's why he was able to just reference it.
Sure, but he referenced more than just one book. So he has good recall, and he only fumbled a few words, and like he was talking. He obviously is into this shit I'm saying, okay?
Yes, he's definitely into it. And
So-
I didn't have a problem with
platonic
with
silence.
his presentation or his diction or him fumbling words. That wasn't the issue.
No. Yeah.
I felt like he
Well,
was
can I
saying
say
stuff.
my point? Yeah.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
my point was I didn't have a problem with all that.
Yeah.
Either. The problem I had was he would say clever stuff that actually had some meaning. Listen to me.
No, I'm listening.
And he would mix it with crazy shit. Like he would say cool stuff about like that new periodic table was dope. How because
Right.
they didn't see the relationship.
Right.
And he did.
I
So
know.
he left college.
Yeah.
So like that kind of stuff. But then he mixes it with, and then I fell into the embryo. It's like, oh no, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
were
yeah,
saying
yeah,
some
yeah.
real shit. And now you're talking about memories in the womb, in utero.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I will say that the periodic table stuff was all nonsense.
What do you mean? That there's
I
no
fact-checked
relationship?
it.
So like the color, the sound, it's all bullshit?
Yeah, it's all nonsense.
So if you double hydrogen, it doesn't equal 4.2
No,
hertz?
so and you can't. So the relationships that he was trying to create,
Yeah.
top chemists went through that and couldn't find or figure out what he was actually trying to say based on real science.
They didn't see the
on real
relationships.
chemistry.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
and
nonsense.
we know the periodic table is based on
weight.
protonic. Yeah, the amount of protons in an element. So that's what the order is.
That's
and
why hydrogen
we
is up
can
there in the
guess,
corner.
what other elements there could be based on just there being different numbers, and then we can combine them and create new ones. And nothing he said, just based from a chemistry perspective, seemed to make any sense to chemists.
Okay.
So I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, shit. Because that was the stuff I really liked. What about
it's interesting.
the magnetic and electricity being the equal and opposites to each other, and they are supposedly what creates gravity, and gravity, as we know it, isn't real.
Yeah. So electricity does create magnetic fields.
pole, yeah.
They have a relationship. Yep.
They didn't see the relationship, so
Yeah.
I left college.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Do you want to get into it now, or are we just going to beat around the bush?
Well, there were some things I think he did say that should have been clarified and that have basis in our reality and maybe in a metaphysical way. So those are the things I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Let's do it, baby.
You want to get into
Let's
it?
fucking jump in, boy.
Okay, so during the Joe Rogan interview with Terrence Howard, the record skipped a few times. By that I mean there were a few phrases that were on repeat.
Yeah.
Wave conjugations, we heard that a lot.
sides.
And let's step back and just think, okay, so certain waves might have relationships to each other. Okay, wave conjugations, whatever. But then he kept saying this thing, platonic solids. And my problem with the platonic solid thing is he never really explained what those are.
Yeah.
What's the basis for a platonic solid? And what role do they play in nature or in this universe?
Yeah. He was just saying that they're
Yeah.
incorrect, but not explaining what the heck they were.
Right,
He's
so-
because they had it all wrong because Da Vinci and them were using the platonic solids.
Well, so his flower of life is built off of the platonic solids. So I'm not sure what his issue with the platonic solids is. And when I was listening to the interview, I didn't know that's where he was coming from. I
Well-
thought he was trying to say that all of these in my memory
Mind
palace,
yeah.
I was able to see the relationships between these platonic solids to help create.
It sounds so fucking insane.
Yeah, it does sound insane, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's look at what platonic solids really are. I think that's a great place to start. And this is based in reality, not just based in reality. This was considered the most secret knowledge of the ancients, were the
Okay.
platonic solids. The root word is Plato. platonic solids. And did Plato invent them? Is that why his name's in them? And what did he use them for? That's what we're going to discuss right now. Okay. So Plato did not invent the platonic solids. He took that information from a much more ancient source, which was the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians would use what they called sacred geometry in a lot of what they built. And now when we say the ancient Egyptians, modern science still doesn't know, are we talking dynastic Egyptians at the farthest reaches of the, the 30,000-year-old kings that they talk about? Or are we talking before that? But they're in their structures, like the pyramids. Yeah. They use the platonic solids, as we're going to call them, because Plato coined the phrase. They use
That's why. So it's
solids.
not like a platonic relationship. Like,
exactly.
Hey, we're just friends.
That's the mistake I think he made, is by not saying like these platonic solids, Plato's platonic solids. These are his sacred teachings as the father of all Western philosophy.
Yeah. So what he was saying, based on what I gathered, based on watching that and a few other things, like his lectures and stuff. Yeah. So these are the platonic solids here on screen. So basically, what he was saying is these are the issue because we're looking at stuff using straight lines. The platonic solids use straight lines, but there are no straight lines in nature, and that's the issue. Is everything is waves, so there is no straight lines. So how can you base geometry and everything, all this math, on something that doesn't exist in nature?
Well, he would be wrong. So we'll get into that. So so these shapes are extremely important. Let's keep them up on screen because we've got to go through them. So each platonic solid represents the elements, the four earthly elements, and then the fifth, which is the ether, right?
Why are there two earths?
What do you mean?
The green hexagon and the icosahedron.
They're missing wind, so yeah, that sucks. What? Anyway. Oh no, they got air. Yeah. So yeah, the icosahedron. What are we missing?
Because we're not missing anything. There's fire down here.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'll explain. So the icosahedron is the shape of the planet Earth. That's what they believe. And it's not that it's physically shaped that way. It's that the landscape of the Earth at these points have immense power. And when we would build ancient structures like the pyramids of Giza or imperial palaces, and they understood these concepts, they would put them right at these vertices of the icosahedron. So you will find, if you lay that icosahedron over the globe, that the Great Pyramid will be here, and you'll have Pumapunku there, and you'll have Easter Island there, and the the Bermuda Triangle will be in what fits inside this one here. So the ley lines, another way of saying this is like where ley line vertices meet. So the icosahedron is supposed to represent these power points on the Earth. And then we have the elements. So we have earth, wind, and fire, right?
Great band, yeah.
Important to know, the tetrahedron is actually based on the shape of a photon. So that's why I say you can't say that it's not found in nature. And the ancient Egyptians, they were clever. If you put together two tetrahedrons, which these are the as far
literally
as
a pyramid.
strength goes, they have the most. It's the most powerful
shape. They say
shape.
the triangle is the strongest shape. In nature,
it is,
or is strongest shape. Period. So if you have 3 or 4 of them,
if you put 2 of them together, and I have a picture of what that looks like, there you go. You've got the Great Pyramid. So I laid it on its side. This is 2 tetrahedrons put together. Yeah. You see how that shape is the shape of a pyramid?
Oh yeah.
Now, you could do the as above, so below, and have it, vertically, where you'd have one on top, one on the bottom, but that would be a 3-sided pyramid on top, 3-sided pyramid underneath.
Okay.
Instead, they took the exact amount of vertices of these two, and this is the shape of a photon. The picture I'm showing you right now is how a photon looks. Yeah. 2 tetrahedrons combined like this at the subatomic level. Yeah. And the ancient Egyptians didn't do this by mistake. We know all of the mathematics and the geometry that they put into their structures. This is no mistake. So they decided to build it on above ground instead of upside down with a pyramid underneath it. They put 2 tetrahedrons together and created the pyramids. Why? Tetrahedron represents fire, which represents energy. That could be something. We did a whole episode about the pyramids and how they created energy in harmony with the earth. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we'll link it above here.
Yeah. So I thought that was very smart. They also made sure that it had the same amount of vertices, angles as the 2 combined tetrahedrons. Is there anything in the chat here?
Yes.
Ley lines of Earth? Yeah, go ahead.
No, so yeah, Gia was saying he couldn't see the bottom one, but we showed it was fire. And then ley lines of Earth before the Egyptians?
I imagine so, yeah. I think a much further, like Atlantis or some ancient further, some further ancient
Atlantis.
culture of some kind knew about these power points on Earth.
Didn't Plato write about Atlantis?
Plato did, yep.
And didn't Plato create or coin the phrase of the Platonic solids?
Yeah, they were obsessed with Egyptian culture and their understanding of geometry and mathematics. So some further ancient culture had a real grasp on this stuff. And what is that 5th element? Ether. What is that?
Yeah, I know what it is.
That is the force that binds everything. What were you going to say it is?
I was going to say it's, I can't think of the actress's name, god damn it. It's Lilu is the 5th element.
Yeah, she's such a good movie.
It's the best movie.
Well, it's kind of a cool... I guess maybe after this episode, go watch the movie The Fifth Element. Maybe you'll see some overlaps to what her ability is and why she's the savior of the universe.
Because she's made up of tetrahedrons, mother truckers.
Yeah. So my favorite thing about the ether and what the ancient Egyptian called the net is it is a power force that flows through everything that can be tapped into. Right. And they called it the net, and the people that mastered the net, they were called these netters. So check it out. I've got pictures of the net.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
So ancient
here.
Egyptians actually etched this on their walls. They showed you what the net looks like. All things in the universe
It's the flower of life.
are combined by
It's just
this net.
it doesn't have the vortices because they were using the Platonic solids.
Yeah, there's several
I don't know, I'm just
vertices.
saying words. Yeah.
Yeah. So the ancient Egyptians, and you can go at the masters of the net, go show those. So
Masters
they're
of the
holding
net.
these nets. And I thought there was a really interesting overlap here with something we've talked about before. So the Jehudi were the masters of the net. They were able to teach, and this sacred geometry is what we call it now.
Okay.
This sacred geometry and this net, this ether, they were able to teach people how to tap into it and to use it.
Okay, hey, real quick, explain that in its entirety real quick.
What do you mean by that?
No, I'm just kidding.
So
Because that would take a lifetime.
Well, yeah, right. But the Jehudi, they were the ones who could teach you how to tap into
The Jehudi?
net. The Jehudi.
Where are they from? What's this? It sounds
There
made
was
up.
a Greek translation of Jehudi, and that Greek translation is the word Toth. And we have a picture of Toth in case you've forgotten what he looks like.
Oh, we've talked about Toth.
And Toth, he shows up in a lot of our episodes. Look at that handsome guy right there. Look at Toth.
This is better than college.
Isn't that great?
Thanks, D. D-Lover with a sick donation saying, this is better than college.
Thank you, sir.
Damn right.
Well, I mean, we're talking about something powerful.
Yeah, dude, Toth is yoked, my boy.
Yeah, they were able to use geometry and shapes and the golden mean and the golden ratios to build structures that we still can't reproduce today.
Yeah.
And this knowledge was so sacred to these people that there was a secret sect, and only they were allowed to learn how to use the net. And they were taught by Toth or Jehudi.
Looking at this version of Toth, I want to have some secret sect with him, huh?
There you go. And I like that he's carrying a staff. And we talked about how Toth had shown up. I mean, there's so many different stories about this Toth guy showing up and teaching these the secret knowledge all around the world, Cambodia and China and Egypt and South America. Take your pick. They all give credit to some foreign entity that shows up who's super powerful from the stars or from some ancient civilization that had ancient technology.
Do the different civilizations describe how he looks ever?
They do, yeah. They all
Is
have
it all different?
They don't just describe it; they draw pictures of them, yeah.
And it's all similar, like that bird head and the fucking
So the
diesel body.
Yeah, so no, but yes, animal heads were different. But Toth, his thing was he could take on the form of anybody he wanted to.
So
And
hypothetically,
yeah.
he could be like, "Oh, these guys worship frogs, so
Or
frogman." Right?
I'm going to look like a jacked 10-foot tall South American when I go to South America. And then to show them that you can't kill me and that I'm here to help, I'm going to do some sort of magic or something that you can't do. He would usually
Fireworks.
show up on a vehicle that they couldn't describe or had never seen before. He would ride in on a dragon, or he would ride in on a ship that required no sails, but it could move faster than anything they've ever seen in the water.
Well, when he showed up to South America, I heard he came in on a tandem bike.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That would be immensely popular amongst the locals.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Very kind. So yeah, thank you, D. So I love that picture of Toth. I just wanted to show you because he's such a badass.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this net, right? So if the ancient Egyptians believed that there was some power that flowed through the entire universe, that connected all things, that could be tapped into and used, some people say they could use it to bring people back from the dead.
Did someone tell George Lucas about this?
They would build staves that they could use as antennas to help find weak points or between dimensions, or to help them find areas of the net that they could harness that power from. And somebody named Moses led the Exodus with a staff that could part water. That's interesting.
Use the net to Moses.
Right? So let's get into if you looked at the thumbnail, we talked about the Jehudi. So let's talk about the Jedi. So last week, we showed a video of a gentleman who was a monk who meditates and harnesses chi. Now, the net is known as chi. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's an energy life force that you can tap into that can give you the ability to heal or to cause pain.
Yeah, he shocked that one guy.
Yeah, he could shock
He
you.
started a fire with his hand.
burn
He stopped a
things.
bullet out of a fucking gun.
Yeah, he stopped a bullet.
And they showed the gunfire.
No, he
through the
caught
can.
a bullet
And then
because he
he-
used it to slow it down. Yeah. That's
crazy.
amazing. And he's a healer. He saves people's lives. That's what he chose to do, is
And
become a
then-
healer.
Talk about fucking parallels to Star Wars. After he showed these Westerners,
Yeah.
his master got pissed at him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
said to him, "What are you doing showing these Westerners?" Funny thing is, his master was
Dead.
yeah.
His master was dead. He came to him in a meditation and said, "Hey, man, you let people videotape you doing our secret."
Yeah.
That's how secret this was,
Yeah.
because they knew not everybody should be able to tap into this.
That's
It's
crazy.
dangerous, yeah.
So that's such Obi-Wan Luke shit.
It really is. Basically, a little Yoda, like a blue, like hollow
Yeah, yeah,
Yoda,
yeah, coming back
walked
saying-
up and was like,
Yeah.
"Showed them the net you did.
Fucked up you did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So burn all the books. They're just books.
Yeah, I wish he talked like that.
Yeah. So
Hello there.
ancient Egypt.
Is that a good young Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I love how they ended the series that way. I know you didn't like the series, but that was a great way to end it.
Did he say that to Qui-Gon?
No, he said it to Luke.
Oh, that's fucking
They
great.
go, "Do you want to meet him?" And he goes, "Yeah." And they go, "Luke, come here."
Hello
and as
there.
he walks over,
Does he
goes,
say that?
"Hello there." It's so good.
I think I like the show now.
I know, it's good.
That's
Dude,
brilliant.
it was a great show.
Hello there.
Yeah.
He says that?
You
Dude, they embrace the meme. That's fucking. I love. when
How about him
people do that.
turning that Sith that was a youngling against Vader.
Yeah.
Like was able to use that
Well,
as a way.
wasn't she planning that the whole time?
No,
Because she was
He
attacked.
got
as a
into
youngling.
her head. That was the only. Her motives were to become the leader of those Inquisitors, right?
yeah.
That was her motive.
The
Very
Grand
selfish,
Inquisitor.
very dark.
The Grand Inquisitor.
Right. So she always had these selfish motives. But then he starts getting into her head. You were there. You're the only.
You were a
reason-
youngling, weren't you?
That's the only way you could know who he really is. Does he know that you know?
Yeah.
This is your chance. You're not bringing me to him. I'm bringing him to you. Like he gets in her head, and then all of a sudden you see that moment where she's like, I can do this,
Yeah.
and just lightsaber comes out, and
Her
he
acting. I know she got torn
forces-
up. She got torn up online.
really.
Oh yeah. Man.
Oh, I thought she was so good.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a great character.
I hated that character. I thought the acting was horrendous. Also.
Interesting. So, in ancient Egypt,
Oh,
the
crazy.
Jehudi, they had what were called Jedis.
What?
Jedis.
The Jehudi had something called Jedi.
That's those.
George Lucas didn't fucking make up Jedis.
No, he did not. So people who could wield the net, the Force,
They called them Jedis.
called them Jedis.
So they called it the net and they called it Jedis, and he just changed it to the Force and kept the term Jedi.
So the Force is also what we now call 0-point energy. It's what Tesla calls the ether. This is all the same thing. It is this force that is all over that if you can harness can give you unlimited energy. It can give you the ability to tap into
Dude.
a life force that's all around us. And the word Jedi is an ancient Egyptian word.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? You want to get even crazier with it?
Let's go.
So the Jedi were always associated with this specific
Symbol.
called the Jed. And we've talked about the Jedonks before. They were supposedly able to open portals
Yeah.
between one place to another.
We thought that the the higher ups would doctors, whatever you want to call
Toth
them,
himself.
Toth would have one, and maybe there
Yep.
were portals for Stargates or the key
Exactly.
for Stargates. Yeah.
So he had a
Look who's in the
Jedonk.
chat, McKenna.
Now-
Long time no see.
There
my
she
dear.
is. Yeah,
There
good to
she
see you
is. Good to see you. Not to interrupt, but just saying hi.
So, if the ancient Egyptians had Jedi and they were named after this symbol called the Jed,
Yeah.
let's take a look at what a Jed looks like. Now, we always looked at it as a way to harness power.
Yeah.
What is the net if not power to harness? And that's a Jed. Now, that looks a lot like what's below it.
Dun, dun,
A mother
dun.
lightsaber. Look at that. Tell me that does not look like a Jed.
That's so funny.
It's got the lines, it's got the top, it's got the hilt.
Dude, it's funny you use this saber because that looks exactly like Vader's saber. Is
It could be,
Vader's?
yeah. I just picked one that had that showed the lines. That
That's
made it easy
hilarious.
to draw the comparisons. Isn't that
Dude,
funny?
that's hilarious.
So ancient Egyptian Jedi, and then we have lightsabers that are shaped like Jeds.
So George Lucas, I really just studied ancient.
Yeah, I created all this lore myself. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
So
yeah.
don't look into it. Have you heard about the ancient Egyptian Chewbacca?
It's like, aw, you son of a bitch.
yeah. The Millennium Falcon was Toth's ship.
yeah. He just stole everything.
Man, that was my favorate thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were a genius.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Bane
Come
Maller
out
was
to
one of the
Jed
king-
Ranch.
Yeah. Skywalker Ranch.
I know, but it's funnier if it's Jed spelled with a D and it's just a straight steel.
Yeah.
Like not even pretending.
Yeah.
So, what does all this have to do with Leonardo
Use
da
the
Vinci?
net. Say that again.
What does all of this have to do with Leonardo da Vinci? I put on the thumbnail that Leonardo da Vinci was a Jedi Knight. So how does everything we just learned tie into this Renaissance man? So let's talk about the Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci.
What a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he was. So what was he famous for? Do you remember the Vitruvian Man
course.
and the golden mean and the golden ratio?
Ratio, baby.
The ability to create inventions hundreds of years beyond anything that anyone else was thinking
Trying to
of.
create flying machines.
Yeah.
He created ballistas and a bunch of war tech.
Helicopters, all kinds of things. So the Vitruvian Man was based on Vitruvius. Vitruvius wrote a book about architecture. The word Renaissance actually means to revive. So what were they reviving during the Renaissance? They were reviving ancient knowledge. They were reviving ancient Greek, Egyptian, and Roman knowledge.
You're saying the Italian Renaissance was a revival of Egyptian knowledge?
Ancient Egyptian, Greek, and Roman.
Oh, just ancient knowledge.
Ancient knowledge in general.
And it goes with the big three.
Yeah, and it's, there's in art, in architecture.
Okay.
We know that the Knights Templar, they had their masons, their stone masons that were learning sacred geometry and mathematics. That's how they build these cathedrals and these archways and these round, what are they called?
Domes. Spheres.
Yeah, these domes, but they were always built with these special shapes that would keep the integrity of the building. These are all sacred geometric shapes.
Oh, it's like what's it called? Cerebro. It's all those triangles that sort of make it up. Yeah.
Exactly. First, to keep it if there's an earthquake,
sound.
You want everything structurally sound. So these ancient platonic solids, if you will, these shapes and the combination of these shapes were the basis of all of his work and invention, and the Vitruvian Man of Da Vinci's. Wow. So he was a student of this ancient knowledge.
He was a student of Plato.
And that's further than Plato. Plato got it from Egypt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Egypt got it from Thoth. Thoth got it from where? But that's kind of the lines that we're drawing here. So Leonardo da Vinci, and if you go through his sketchbook and you look at some of the things he did, everything shows these mathematic ratios and why, and it relates to everything in the universe. All things are created using these ratios, everything in nature. So for Terrence Howard to say there are no straight lines in nature, that is not true. If you look at even the shell.
Only on a microscopic level, though, you're saying, right?
No. Take a look at the shell. They all have the boxes and the squares and the certain ratios that make up. I wish I had a picture I could give you an example.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they always show you the boxes or the Fibonacci sequence. There you go. So you take the Fibonacci sequence. All it is a bunch of boxes coming out larger and larger as they using the Fibonacci numbers. So every time you add the next number to the previous number, it grows, and that's where that golden ratio comes from. And it's all built off of straight lines.
But that's them adding straight lines to a...
It's them representing what nature has created using geometry. And geometry has straight lines.
Because, that's Terrence's point, is geometry only has straight lines because they went off the platonic solids.
Works.
So how he did it was, and it started with the flower of life, is he took it like, if instead of making a triangle, right? Or whatever one of these shapes are.
Yeah.
Let's look at those again.
Yeah.
So just so you can see what I'm talking about. So the platonic solids. So he would take these. So let's take this. Let's pick an easy one here. Man, none of them are easy to pronounce. The
tetrahedron.
The tetrahedron.
Yeah.
So basically, see how it's three triangles seemingly. He had it, instead of straight lines, it was that curved, right?
Yeah.
All three
Flower
were curved.
of life is also tied to sacred geometry. It's not. It doesn't. It's not out. Doesn't sit outside of geometry. Yeah. The flower of life is actually laid over the Vitruvian Man. But when you go down and scale it, you need straight lines to represent the Fibonacci sequence and scale whatever this. To scale the golden ratio over whatever.
What if instead of straight lines you had curved lines?
You can use curved lines as well, but you need the straight lines to represent the ratios, and then you use the curved lines to show where these ratios meet, where these points meet.
So
it's kind of basic geometry.
So you could take away the straight lines and still have those vortices.
Well, vertices are naturally two straight lines meeting.
Well, it's the meeting of lines. I don't think they necessarily have to be straight.
Well, vertices.
No, like circles could be a vortices.
Vortices,
yeah,
different than vertices.
Yeah.
So so the flower of life is him using.
I'm just saying words I don't understand. That's what happening.
He's just using what are the elongated. Ellipsis. He's just using ellipses and overlapping them, and then in a circle.
Ellipses, three
shape.
dots.
Yeah, that's a shape. But you can't say that the triangle isn't a shape, or the square isn't a shape, or a hexagon isn't a shape, or a pentagon isn't a shape.
They're just shapes that don't occur in nature.
And when you talk about chakras and energy, it's all based on these platonic solids, on these shapes.
Okay.
So when you look at chakras, these specific shapes represent different parts of the body.
So what did Terrence Howard get right?
Well, the flower of life is a real shape. That's
It's one of the
used
oldest
to represent
symbols in history.
but it overlays over the Vitruvian Man, which is also represented with the Fibonacci sequence, which uses straight lines. So I don't know.
Well, uses the golden ratio, which is circles, like circle.
No, well, they use straight lines to show how it grows outwards every time you increase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he got nothing right?
No, it's not that he got nothing right. I just think that it's a mistake to pretend that there aren't straight lines. I didn't know that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
That there are no straight lines.
Yeah. He's saying that's how Pythagoras was fooled. That's how Da Vinci was fooled. That's how Newton was fooled, because all that straight lines existed, but straight lines don't exist in nature.
Well, let's
and that's
look
why the
at-
geometry's fucked up. That's why.
Okay, but we're trying to build. So we're using this for architecture, right?
Okay.
So the basic way architecture had started was with a straight edge and a compass. The Masons, they're represented by a straight edge and a compass.
Okay.
That when you lay the cornerstone of a building, it is the quadrahedron, I think is what it is. So, which is the box. And the box is also supposed to represent spirituality. The tetrahedron represents the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit to the Christian people, the Christian faith. And then in Buddhism and Hinduism, the different chakras are represented through these shapes here in different parts of the body. Yeah. So I would just say it's great that you're looking into the flower of life, and there could be a lot there, but you can't dismiss all of this, because this is what got us to some of the most amazing discoveries, architecture, engineering. These platonic solids were used in Leonardo da Vinci's inventions. His cog and wheels, the sizes that they would need to be, were based on these shapes. That's what he used for the math when he built the drew the Vitruvian Man, or when he was trying to represent the Fibonacci sequence in that shell. It was all based on lines and squares and triangles, and the Great Pyramid was based on this shape right here that you got up. Is that on screen?
Yeah.
I mean, let's not pretend straight lines don't exist. And
He just
this
says they
is
don't occur in
probably one of the
nature.
great. Yeah, we don't need them to. We create these things.
Yeah, I understand.
These are human-made structures. These are man-made or
Yeah.
non-human intelligent made.
But if you took geometry and you didn't include the platonic solids, if you had geometry based on these having curvature, then geometry would be very different. Right?
Yeah, it would.
That's what he's saying.
And it would be missing all of this. It would just be missing.
So it'd be
things.
incomplete.
Right. I think it would be incomplete.
Well, I guess it makes sense. You need straight lines in geometry.
Yeah.
Because even you want to get from point A to point B, the closest point is always a straight line, right?
Right. If he was like, I want you to do an ellipses here.
that'd
I'd
be
be
insane.
like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm just going to drive down
gonna-
this road.
Yeah.
Man-made road that was scaled with a straight edge and on a map somewhere. So, yes, is there straight lines in nature? Probably not. But we are a conscious being that can create things, and we create things with straight lines. And we've created what we call sacred geometry that uses straight lines. And it seems to be leading to amazing discoveries and structures that can stand the test of 30,000 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with this.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this: why does Billy Carson and then Terrence Howard repeated it? What's the "as above, so below"? Because that's a biblical term. Like that's religious speak. But
It's not biblical.
I understand like the religious connotations as
It's
above, so
way
below.
below. Yeah, it's way further back than biblical.
Oh, I changed to religious, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It has religious connotations.
Yeah.
Anyway, as above,
goes
so
way
below.
back.
So is he just saying everything? The world, the universe is all symmetrical. So if there is, just like a force has an equal and opposite, or a reaction, you need an equal and opposite reaction. Everything's symmetry. Is that what he's saying? As above, so below. He's just using that term to say, if this is happening on this side, this is going to happen on this side?
So I think so. Toth is if we go as far back as we can to when that phrase was coined.
Yeah.
It's given credit to Toth and the Emerald Tablet.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's where it comes from. The first line of the Emerald Tablet is "as above, so below." When alchemists were trying to were trying to discover the Philosopher's Stone, they were trying to decipher this Emerald Tablet that began with "as above, so below."
As above, so below.
What I always took it to mean, and again, this is open to interpretation because even Isaac Newton couldn't figure it out, and he spent most of his life trying to. I always took it to mean that everything out in the cosmos, everything from stars to planets to the creation of solar systems, mimics the circulatory system and our heartbeat. And so we are a product of, and we mirror the universe itself. You could also take it to mean that
even like solar systems, if you look at them,
Yeah.
they're literally like the golden ratio.
right.
Yeah,
We are
insane.
celestial bodies. We mimic celestial bodies.
Yeah.
And so do the bugs and plants. And so, I mean, if you look at the makeup at the subatomic level, we are all made up of the same things. So this grand universe that we look up at every night, all of that is inside of us. And if you learn how to harness that and how to understand it,
You could catch fucking
you could
bullets.
do anything. I
You
think
could start
so.
fires with your hand.
Yeah.
You could shock people with your stomach.
Yep. The way stars are born and die, go back into the universe, and then those particles are what make up human beings. We all have stardust in us. We need iron and things that only come from the death of a star. The same cycle of life that happens out there is happening right here.
Yeah.
And then we do the same thing for the microscopic things down there. As above, so below. As
Okay.
above, so below. I believe that's where he's going with that. I think it's just a really cool way of saying that we're all one.
Yeah.
And we're all made up the same stuff.
Use the net, Toth.
Yeah, there you go. So that is why Leonardo Da Vinci is a Jedi Knight. He practiced the sacred arts of the net. He is a Jedi. DJEDI, if you're going to look this up. The Jed Onk, the Jed symbol.
How is it spelled?
Jedi. It starts with a D and then Jedi, like from Star
Jehovah
Wars.
starts with an H.
Yeah. In the Latin alphabet, Jehovah starts with an I.
If I say
Yeah. Of course. Oh, Verge.
So you know what?
Yeah.
You're gonna get to do your Kurt Russell impression. 'Cause
Oh, good.
After the news segment, you know what we're doing, baby.
What are we doing?
We're doing. I already told you we're gonna.
I know,
rank
but
the Tarantino
I
movies.
figured you would say it.
What we're gonna do? We're ranking the Tarantino movies. He has 10 movies. He has 9 because Kill Bill counts as one movie. Fight me, and and because it was supposed to be one, it was released as 2 because it would have been like 4 hours.
Yeah.
But he counts it as one. He's only made 9 movies. I count it as one. As above, so below. So we're gonna be ranking them. But first, we got the news segment, my boy.
Let's do the news. I like this idea.
So
I missed it. I
McKenna
missed
said,
the news
McKenna,
last week.
so good to see you. So good to see you. You like our new shirts? Aren't these dopage? I know, it's like Las Vegas, but it's our logo. Isn't that cool? Instead of welcome, it says TPTNS. How clever. Podcast never sleeps. So cool, man. So fucking cool, bro.
Let's have some news.
You don't gotta sing. It's all right. We could go without it. But ladies and gentlemen, get ready for McKenna with the donation. What a sweet little peach.
Look at you. Thank you, McKenna. Welcome back.
So good to see you, my dear.
Coming back with a bang.
Let's celebrate their first super on live stream. Heck yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump in to... Oh, she loves this episode. We love you, McKenna. The news!
Satellite coming into position now. Okay.
Man on the ground, are you there, sir? He's not there.
Do we have you? Oh, something's happening. The dark side of the moon. I don't know what else I can do on my end.
Is it not working?
This is working. Hold on. So, yeah, we're there. So we should be here. I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah, we might have some technical diffs.
Hold on, let's see this. Let me see this. Hello.
Yeah, you just don't have them turned up?
No, it's all right. We'll figure it out.
I hear you.
All right. It's okay. Well,
Hello?
yes. Hold on. Sorry. This isn't working. It's okay. We don't. Who needs it? Fuck it. Let's go.
Hello?
There
yes,
we go.
You're
We
on
got
the
you.
air. You're live on the air. We're doing it. We're doing it old school.
These tornadoes, they're destroying the internet everywhere.
It's
It's amazing.
true.
Bastards. It's that 5G. I tell ya.
What is going on here?
Yeah, I know. I'll say. So what do we got? We're talking Da Vinci being a Jedi. We're talking a bunch of cool, fun, wild stuff. We're ranking
Yeah.
Tarantino flicks. What do you got for us, my guy?
I would
First,
face
I
it
gotta say, great
towards.
show, and I was just
towards
looking at some
you.
of the content you guys
Yeah.
put out there. I think Chase was also good. I mean, just amazing. Just really impressive. And you know what? I was planning to do quantum physics, which would have
Yes.
been really appropriate, but I'm going to do that another time.
Ah.
Okay.
Because I'm a little under the weather, and I thought I'd do something a little more positive. So today I wanted to talk about laughter.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
You were talking about Da Vinci. You know, Da Vinci was
A Jedi.
The king of
greatest
laughter.
the greatest artist of his time, and also the greatest scientist of his time.
Yeah.
And when you asked him, you know what he said?
What?
There's no difference. They're the same.
I agree. In fact, the ancient Egyptians would agree. They found that this sacred geometry and this art that they used to create with sacred geometry also had mysticism built into it, alchemy built into it. It was the key to creation. So yeah.
And you look at art and design, and you look at the architecture. And
Oh my God, yeah.
And it's unbelievable. So anyway, very cool. Great show. So,
Good stuff.
Cathedrals,
Talk a
man.
bit about laughter. Laughter, it's a universal human behavior.
Much louder. Okay.
And can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
we
we
can
hear
hear
you
you
great.
great now.
Okay. 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 So whether it's a shared joke or a giggle, laughter connects us all, and it adds joy to our lives. But you know, there's been many studies of human laughter, and it's a physiological and a psychological effect on the human body. And the study of it is called gelatology.
Teletology with a T?
Ooh, they study it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That's weird.
So neurophysiology indicates that laughter is linked both with the activation of the prefrontal cortex and it produces endorphins. Endorphins, which are our favorite drug, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands.
Exactly. So I have a joke about that. And then scientists also show that parts of the limbic system are involved in laughter, and that's and it may be linked to human survival.
It's
And
so
it
weird
involves-
because, real quick, I just want to say it's so odd because it's like laughter, yeah, it's like inherent. Babies know how to laugh. Like, you don't have to be taught laughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you go, blah, 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 a baby laughs. It's like, it's inherent. It's
I
odd.
have a little bit about that, and it actually involves the hippocampus and the amygdala, which is kind of amazing.
Let's go.
And generally, laughter is defined as a pleasant reaction and emotion consisting usually of rhythmical, often audible contractions of the diaphragm and other parts of the respiratory system. Which is kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
And actually, if you read about this, nobody actually says ho 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 ha 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 when they laugh. But anyway, it's kind of like that.
I do. I think. Yeah. I go,
Yeah. Ho, 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 ho. I don't do that last one. Yeah, you do that. You do the H-E-H-E-H-E. You've never done that. Please don't do that again.
I do that.
Yeah, that hurt my
Really.
ears.
Interestingly, other than humans, primates laugh.
Yeah.
They have these vocal responses. If you tickle them or wrestle with them, they do the same kind of thing, which is laughter. And as you know, laughter can also be contagious,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is.
But as you were saying, Cam, the group of researchers were doing a study found that infants as early as 6,
Dope. Yeah.
but certainly it's well understood that 15 weeks to 4 months of age, babies laugh.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's frustrating when they don't laugh and you're waiting for that because you're like constantly trying and they're just looking at you like, what
You dumb
is this?
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, there's kind of a social element to it also, and it's funny that and you'll appreciate this, that it's because of the social connection you create from laughter.
Yeah.
Usually the person telling a story laughs more than the people listening.
Yeah. That's facts.
And tries to get facts and try to gets it to be contagious.
Yeah. And then he comes up to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Besides, and I think many of your audience know this, besides the natural phenomenon, there are drugs that can induce laughter, like ethanol and cannabis. Sativa is a big laugh-producing drug.
It is.
Laughing gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nitrous oxide. Yeah.
Nitrous oxide is true.
Yeah.
They've also found that there's a lot of health benefits for laughing.
Yes.
Right? It opens your blood vessels. They actually use laughter therapy for cancer patients and for depression. And they'll have you watch funny movies, and they'll have you, tell funny stories and laugh, and it seems to help. So
It's hard to be sad when you're laughing.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's really hard.
It's also hard to be angry when you're laughing. That's why if you're like fighting with someone,
true.
if you crack a joke, it kills the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, look at those ugly shoes you're wearing.
Yeah. Or like a funny joke.
There have been, as you can imagine, many studies of laughter throughout history. Matter of fact, Sigmund Freud summarized in his theory that laughter releases tension and psychic energy.
Yeah. He also said
there's
the
benefits
Irish
of
can't be
one's health.
psychoanalyzed.
And the example, and I actually heard this from a college professor once, that jokes create an inconsistency. And the way he describes it is that audiences try to automatically understand what it means. And if they're successful and realize it's not going to do any harm, they laugh out of relief. But my professor said, actually, no, incongruity produces an internal pressure that can only be released by laughing.
through laughter. That's great.
Interesting.
Well, laughter is odd because also even like there's a vibe. Like if you go to a comedy show, like you laugh at the setup. Like you're in like a mood ready to laugh.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, man, I was at the goddamn store yesterday, and you start laughing already.
And this, you finish.
It's like anticipatory. Yeah.
You're finished.
Yeah.
And it's certainly a social thing too, and then other people laugh, and it gets contagious, and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Although bad comics can make a room very quiet very quickly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So they did a study back in 1999, and they found that people laugh an average of 18 times a day.
It's not enough.
On the high end, there are people who laugh as much as 89 times a day.
That's me,
which is
baby.
crazy. And then there are some who laugh as few as 0.
Aw. Miserable.
Well, I
whether
don't
it's
laugh all
89 or
day like an
18.
idiot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you quoting something I've never heard? What
That's
the fuck's
Kurt,
happening?
that's Kurt Russell.
No, it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
From
Right
the
down to the
Tombstone?
ground.
From Tombstone.
But you didn't do
I
a voice.
laugh. I don't laugh all day like an idiot, if that's
Are you
what you
happy?
mean.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
don't
right.
laugh all. Yeah, I walk around like an idiot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, you two just go in and get a fucking room and enjoy your little Tombstone movie, okay? I'll be over here hosting this fucking show.
Now you're going in my book. I'm gonna file you under. Okay, go ahead.
Chicken shit.
Absolutely. Anyway, so that was basically it. Just that laughter is good for you, and
Laughter's
you should
the
always be
shit,
laughing.
dude.
And that was the thing. And I do have
The only
a couple
thing that
jokes
would make
about
this
laughter.
better
What's that? What?
is if you had jokes about laughter.
I do have some jokes.
Let's fucking go.
All right, so here. So I have a place in Hawaii, and the homeowner association, they passed a noise ordinance. It's so strict that you can't even laugh out loud. All you can do is a low ha.
That's so stupid.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, another laugh joke.
Yeah,
Hey,
please.
if you boil a funny bone, does it become a laughing stock?
Stupid.
That
That one got Jared good. That one got you good.
That's the best.
Laughing stock.
That's the best joke. Okay.
All right, next.
Okay. And, just a couple. Okay. What is 1,000 times better than Instagram? It's so easy, really, when you think about it.
Huh.
It's Insta-kilogram.
That's great.
Okay, terrible joke.
That's fine.
No, that's good.
I'm just gonna tell you one. Okay, well, I'll tell you two more.
1,000 times better. That's fine.
A woman is in bed with her husband's best friend, and the phone rings. She answers the phone and says to the person, "Have a wonderful time," and hangs up. Asked her, "Who is that?" And she said, "Oh, that was my husband. He said he was at the bar with you."
That's great.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And
Yeah.
he's cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And he said he's going to give me a ticket for driving in the HO lane alone. And I told him, really? You're going to be surprised when you look in the trunk.
He was laughing, telling that. That's good stuff.
Oh man.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. I told you I was a little out of it today.
No, that's what are you fucking talking about?
Man.
That's perfect. That was great.
That was good.
Man on the ground, thank you so
Thank
much,
you
sir.
so
Signing
much,
off
sir.
from beautiful downtown Burbank.
Do physics.
Let's do it
Let's
next time.
do it
Okay.
next week, baby.
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you, man on the ground, man on the ground, man on the ground.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh, laughing stock got me.
Dude, I could tell. That was
So McKenna, I love this.
Yeah,
She
read it,
says, while the Holy Trinity is different than the chakras, as Platonic solids represent different elements, etc., and the Holy Trinity represents what created or who created those things. Yeah. Even the earliest scientists believed in spirituality and the spiritual dimensions, and Jesus was the only flesh and embodiment of true Christ, the energetic frequency, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with this. So, now we know all religions kind of pull from something further back. When it comes to chakras, it is interesting that there are 7. And God created the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7th. So there are lines that you can draw here, but it's the Trinity and the tetrahedron that Christians see as representing the Holy Trinity. I'm not saying that that's what it was created to represent. Okay. I'm saying that's what they take it to mean now. And we know that the Hindu and the Buddhists believe in the chakras as something completely different, and that there are certain connections that you can make to the ethereal realm through meditations and whatnot. So there are connections here. You are right. But they are different based on what religion you are.
She said, "We are one." And she's
We are,
right.
yeah.
And then Chase said, "This is an awesome episode." You're an awesome episode, brother.
Yeah,
He also
Chase.
said he also said he's watching some reruns of our old stuff.
Good.
Keep it up, buddy. See this?
Yeah,
I
there's
just
some
was
fun
watching
stuff.
some reruns of the show. Good, my boy.
There's some fun
good.
ones.
There is some good ones, man.
I bet you Toth is in it.
Oh yeah. We've mentioned it before.
I love, there was this comment I have to say. I was talking about Toth in a short, and someone put the comment, this guy votes.
That was fucking good.
I'm like, well, I'm not making this up. Like,
Yeah.
come after
like
me.
this psychopath.
Yeah,
just
like I'm just nuts.
blabbering about. Yeah.
Toth. And then I had this other guy, even better, corrected me by trying to phonetically say it's Thoth. And I was like, his name hadn't been said out loud in 4,000 years or whatever.
For you
it
to
is.
claim to know
you don't
phonetically
know
how it's pronounced
you don't
is
know
so
anything.
fucking silly.
Yeah, I can say Toth if I want, and a lot of people do, or you can say
It's
Thoth.
tomato to fucking motto.
Yeah, how do we know TH had the th in ancient whenever?
Because it's toth, so it must be thoth.
Yeah, the
Dumb
H might be
fuck.
silent. We don't know. But to claim you do is hilarious.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching.
Well, you got to understand, dude. Anybody who comments on a video is smarter than us.
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Yep.
Is smarter than us.
The
That's
guys
it.
that are like, Christianity and the Roman soldiers, you need to read a book.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you read a book 30 years ago and you think it still holds up today? It's not the case, buddy. We've been doing excavations every moment. Right now,
We haven't, but-
They're figuring out new ways to look at archaeology every second around this world. So it's funny to think that you would know anything.
Anyway, we
without
love our
looking into
fans
it.
and keep watching.
Oh no, those are just random
No, I know.
trolling nonsense. But I think it's fun to talk about.
No, it is. It's funny what people
I like
come up
it.
with.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's funny, but are you ready to get to the goddamn goods, my boy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So it's
This
time.
okay in my book.
Yeah, it's time for the goddamn whatever we're calling this.
Oh, we don't have a graphic.
Tarantino. No, we don't.
Okay, wait. So there's it's a podcast studio,
Stupid. No. The
but
running
there's this
joke.
like big explosion.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jared,
Yeah.
we're ranking Tarantino movies.
All right.
There's no. Oh, S tier. This is so good too. This goes in S tier. No, dude. One movie gets number one.
Okay.
Only one movie can be number two.
Yeah.
Only one movie can be numbers 3
Yeah.
through 9, Jared.
I know mine.
You know your 4?
I know all 9. I know every single one. But I'm interested.
We're gonna
in
go
yours.
chronologically as they came out. We're starting with the Res Dog,
Way
my boy.
harder to do now. Okay.
What do you mean it's harder?
I was just gonna go from my favorites and go on down. But yes, we can go chronologically. It's just harder because now I'm gonna be like later on, be like, oh, but then this one.
That's the point.
Okay.
We're not just gonna be like, my favorite's this, and then my least favorite's this. That's silly. You're foolish for coming up with that. Okay.
What?
So Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
It's a classic.
Yep.
It's brilliant. And
It is.
Nothing's set in stone. We can move them later. If I
Yep.
put it in 3, we can change it to 6.
Yep.
You know, just so you know.
Okay.
So Reservoir Dogs.
Yep. I'll tell you where I
Classic.
think it goes. Yeah.
Where are you thinking?
8.
8?
Yep.
I'm saying like 5, 4. Oh, is there no 4? 1, 2, 3, 5. Here's what we do, kids. As above, add a row below.
There you go.
That's what
And,
Billy
and,
Carson
and keep
meant.
it yellow.
No, I'm changing it. And keep it yellow. Okay.
Okay.
So no, it's too dark.
No.
Yes, yes.
I want everyone to know you forgot 4.
Fuck you.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There we go.
So I'm saying, Jay, I'm going nuts. I'm gonna say 3.
Yeah, that's nuts because it's 8.
Okay, 4. Split the difference.
No, it's not even 4.
Reservoir Dogs.
We can put it there for now, but I'm telling you, it's not.
Okay. Well,
He's made so many great films.
yeah.
To think that this one, which was one of his first, belongs anywhere in the top 4 is crazy.
Okay, really?
Yep.
Let's put it at 5 then for now. I'll lower 1.
Well, I don't
Dude,
know
it's
why I
fucking
came here
Reservoir
tonight.
Dogs. It's
I got
so
the
good.
feeling that something ain't right. Yeah.
See, yeah, come on. Classic.
Yeah, classic 8.
You're an asshole. Okay, so next we'd have Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
That's like, what, 2, 3?
It's 3.
Yeah, 3 fucking is right.
It's
God damn
kind
it.
of 4, but
Pulp Fiction
we might have to move it.
is a classic. Yeah.
It
One of the
is.
greatest movies maybe
I
of all
know,
time.
but
It's like in
he's-
everybody's top 10.
just like anybody else, when you keep doing something, you get better at it. And
I don't know.
He's had some better movies.
I won't say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's his best, and that's his most recent.
But I would put it up there. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is so good.
Okay, well, we'll get there. So, all right, next, Jackie Brown. And that's
Yeah,
an easy
that's
9 for me.
9, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next, the Kill Bill's movies. And
Yeah.
we're counting them as one movie.
Okay, that's fine.
As above, so below.
Yeah. So because Reservoir Dogs is in 5, I guess it has to go to 6.
Kill Bill is fucking tremendous.
Yeah, it's better than Reservoir Dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think so? Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that.
It's
so
very
4?
good.
We're saying 4?
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
For you. Okay.
Yep.
Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 and 4. All right.
Yeah.
That's bold,
Yeah.
but I'll stick with it. Next, we have Death Proof.
Yep. So that should be 3.
Shit. Yeah, above Pulp Fiction, you're saying?
Yes.
In lieu of?
100%.
Hang up your chick. All right, give me your best argument for why Death Proof belongs above
So
Pulp Fiction.
Death Proof, you have no idea, really. So going into Kill Bill,
Yeah.
you know. Death Proof, you have no idea where this is going.
No, you have no idea.
And it starts out with the girls, and they're having fun, and they're on this road trip, and
Jungle Julia, Butterfly, and the
she's
gang.
kind of famous, and then there's this poem that if some guy comes and reads it to her, she's got to do this lap dance thing, and she's all, but then no one ever asks her about it.
she's sort of pissed
and
about it.
haircut, she doesn't, but you don't know that,
No.
and not until
Kurt Russell
shows up, and he tells her, you were
me the
expecting to be
speech.
hassled
Yeah.
all night, and there's nothing more fetching
gotta do the
than
voice.
a bruised ego on a beautiful angel.
Yeah.
And but the whole book thing, I mean, so what's
Yeah,
great about it is the music. Every song that plays during that movie is setting up the tone and where the characters are, even mentally at the time, which is genius to even be able to do that.
That's
the
what he's
songs
great.
are deep cuts from 60s and 70s.
Dave D,
You would
Dozy,
never know.
Beaky, Meek, and Titch.
Yep, all songs that are just randomly plucked from history that everyone should know and they don't. So that's the soundtrack alone brings it up to the top 4.
The night is long. What is it? What is it?
The woods are dark and deep, and I've got promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. You hear me, butterfly? Miles to go before you sleep. Yeah.
Fucking
Genius. And it's
Chef's
great that it's
kiss.
him that actually ends
I
up
got
doing it.
miles to go
Yeah.
before I sleep. You hear me, butterfly?
And he acts like he doesn't know who they
Miles
are.
to
and
go
what
before
about
you
that
sleep.
scene? I saw, are you scared? Is it my scar? It's your car.
Yeah.
Come on.
So dope.
yeah.
I know.
And then he's like, it's my mother's car.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
So that scene, that whole interaction, and when he does I'll have to file you under chicken shit, he shows her the book, meaning there is a
There's an
chicken
actual-
shit
yeah.
area for her name to go. And she goes, and what if I did it? Well, then I couldn't file you under chicken shit. Now could I?
Yeah. See, people say,
Dude, every conversation.
in my book, he's
Yeah.
okay. Well, I actually have a book.
Yeah, and everyone I meet goes into that book. And now
I
I've
met you.
and
You're going in
you're
the
going
book.
in the book.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to file you under chicken
And
shit.
he says he gets into the stuntman business through his brother. So stuntman Bob from the movie
Once
that
Upon a
we
Time
see
in-
later is his brother that got him into the film business. And
We look the exact
And they
same.
look the exact same.
We're fraternal
but
twins.
it's like so fun, and the soundtrack's so great, so
Identical
relaxed. They're
twins.
drinking and everything, and then all of a sudden he's taking Rose McGowan home, and he's you going left or
Lucky
right,
bastard.
going right, and he's like, well,
Yeah.
you know, it was a 50-50 chance
Yeah.
that you'd either be going left or right, and I was hoping you were going left, but seeing as how you're going right, you're gonna have to start getting scared right
Yeah,
now.
if we were going left,
Yeah.
it would take longer for you to get scared. But
Yeah.
considering I have to go right,
and
yeah.
he just slams it into gear, and when he's smashing her around, and then
And she's like, okay,
The
I
whole
get it.
tone
It's
is
funny.
now
It's a funny
different. Yeah,
joke. Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
gonna tell you. Like pleading for her life.
it just goes it goes 0 to 100 all of a sudden,
But-
and then you see what his plan really is. He is nuts.
he's a nutcase.
He's a murderer with his car. It's
Yeah.
so cool as a stuntman in a death-proof car. Then you get the second part of the movie.
I know.
Where the stunt women get revenge on this guy that's been going around doing this, and they beat him to a pulp for like 5 minutes, and then they kill him. And it's such a great Chick Habit plays when what's her name drops her boot on his face.
yeah.
It's just,
What's her
so
name?
forget about it. It's just too good. Yeah, Rose
Rosanna?
McGowan is so
Yeah, I know,
close to
I
the
know.
name, it makes it impossible.
Rosa Parks. What's her goddamn name?
Oh man, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario.
So
Rose.
again,
Dawson.
it has for me. It's in my top 3.
But can I just say this, Jared?
It's not Pulp Fiction.
Well-
Pulp Fiction's not. Pulp Fiction's like 5.
That Sting. That's just pride fucking with you, dude. There's so many like great classic lines.
It's a good movie.
Where did you get the bike? It's a chopper, baby. Whose is it? It's Zed. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Come on, dude.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
No, it's a fucking classic.
Yeah, but he got better. He got better at making movies, and Death Proof is better.
Is proof.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll say.
It's so good.
Death Proof 4, Kill Bill 5, Reservoir 6.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think Pulp Fiction's too high.
Oh shit. Oops. Wrong screen, bucko. You still think Pulp Fiction's too high?
Yeah, but we'll
That's-
get there. We'll see what happens.
That's madness and sadness, honestly.
Dude, it's a great movie, but he's gotten so much better.
Death Proof is fucking great.
It's
Putting
so
it over
good.
Pulp Fiction hurts. My hands hurt doing
But
that.
it is that good.
All
It's
right.
that good.
So next we have
Yep.
Inglourious Bastards. I know
That's
where I'm putting it.
2.
That's number 1 for me.
No, it's 2. Django's 1.
Oh, you're fucking Looney Tunes,
Django
buddy.
is the greatest movie he's ever made.
Inglourious Bastards is by far his best movie.
No, Inglourious
Oh,
is
man.
dude, they're so close, but Django is better.
I thought we were going to start disagreeing later.
Dude, when he
Now that we're disagreeing so early, you're going to have to
when
start
he does the
getting scared.
mustache and then has the tooth thing and the whole thing. Are you pointing that weapon at me with deadly intent?
Yeah.
And
no,
the
him
way
as
he
Dr.
kills
Schultz
everybody.
is great. But Jared.
And he's like,
him-
wait, you get paid to go around killing white folks?
Him as Colonel Hans Landa.
I know.
Is the greatest
That's
thing
why
ever.
I said 2.
Can I have-
can't put him over Django. It's just not. It's not going
Dude,
to
that's
happen.
wild. Dude, him.
Hold on.
Major Lapadite, the opening scene
Yes,
of that movie.
But here's my problem with it. You get a few.
They're hiding under the floorboards, are they not? Dude, it's the most terrifying
It
fucking
is,
thing.
but you
It's
only
so good.
but you get a few moments of this where you get this justice, where you feel like justice is being served. In Django, every single moment, you are so gratified by what's taking place. The people that deserve it are getting their comeuppance every single scene.
Okay,
and
ready?
It's so great.
But you want to talk about comeuppance? Hitler.
Yeah,
all the
not
head of
till
the,
the end,
head,
though.
all the head of the
Not till
Third
the
Reich
end, and it's
get
fake history.
fucking wiped out. That's the beauty of it.
Right. So that's why it's number 2. It can't be number 1.
Okay, best scene for best scene. Best scene from Inglourious versus best scene from Django. Best scene in Django is what?
Let's see.
I'll put that opening
best scene in Django.
in Inglourious Bastards up
This
against
is just
anything.
off the top.
And I'll also put him the last scene where they're all shooting and the dynamite goes off. She's burning the
This
shit.
is just
Come
off the
on.
top.
Her
but
laughing in the smoke.
Yeah, I know it's great, but it's not till the end. The best scene.
No, the opening scene's
Django,
perfect.
The opening scene's good, but
Okay.
then the end's great.
Go on.
But every scene in Django is great. But off the top of my head, the scene where they walk into the bar,
Chad,
and he
help
goes,
us out.
"Make sure you go get the sheriff, not the marshal." And then the sheriff comes up, "All right, boys, you've had your fun." And he shoots him dead in the street. And then he goes back in, he grabs a couple beers, and he goes, "Now you can go get the marshal."
The marshal. Yeah. That's great.
And then every
That
time
whole
they
scene is great.
They do it. They throw their guns.
I have
Django.
Yeah.
I am an officer of the court.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have in my pocket.
So,
It's so good.
D Lavar says he agrees with you, but Chase said Inglourious is better. So let's do a vote. In the chat, write down either Inglourious Bastards or IB or Django Unchained or DU.
Dude, Django is just constant karmic gratification.
Django is funny.
Yeah.
But Mechanic can't watch Django. See?
Okay.
There's a lot of racial slurs in that movie. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, but all of those people get what's coming every single time in the most brutal ways, and it's hilarious. The Jonah Hill part with what's his name as Big Daddy, and how great is what's his name in it? The greatest actor of all time, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, it's
His whole scene where he breaks the glass and he's
real life?
screaming, yeah, and he's
IRL?
like, "Now you got to shake my hand." But just from the moment they meet him, and that whole and the tension, and she's there, and this Brunhilde story, and he feels like he has to, as a German, he has to now make sure he gets his woman back because this famous Brunhilde that every German knows, and her name is
D
Brunhilde.
Lavar said Django. All right,
Yeah.
so that's one for Django.
Dude, it's constant just karmic gratification.
I know Jared made such a good point with Leo. I know, Chase.
Leo's
God damn
the
it.
man, dude. Leo's so good in it. The whole fighting, even when he's like suspicious the whole time, and he's like, "Your friend's a little green around the gills." He's like, "Are you sure?" It's weird for somebody who's into blood sport like this, and he's like, "He's just not used to Americans," is all. Like, it's so good, and the characters he has to play. When he gets to pick his own clothes, he picks the worst.
The Austin Powers get up. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But then he gets the cowboy, and then he learns how to shoot, and he's like a dead shot, and it's just so good. Every moment, dude. Every person.
So,
when
guys,
they get the
chat,
brothers,
please vote. Please vote. So we got one for Django. I don't see any other votes. I see conversation, but so we're gonna put them both in first right now, and until the votes come in,
Yeah.
and then we'll decide.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're tied for number one.
Yeah, because Inglourious, yeah, it's amazing. But again, it can't be number one.
Hateful Eight, man. That's a
That's
damn
what
good
Pulp
movie.
Fiction should be for me.
Pardon?
That's where Pulp Fiction should be.
Is 8? What are you saying?
4.
Oh,
Hateful Eight
Pulp-
should be 4.
You said that's where Pulp Fiction should be.
Yeah, that's where Pulp Fiction is. It should be where Pulp Fiction is. I think Hateful Eight is
Better
brilliant.
than Pulp Fiction, though?
Dude, it's so brilliant.
Dude, you're forgetting
man.
how fucking good Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs
I know,
and
but I
movies,
don't think
though.
you're realizing how much better he got at making movies.
I
after
will watch
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I have watched it 1,000 times more than I've watched Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
and that's by
which
design.
is why you don't remember how great it is.
I'll say it's 7. I'll put it
Every
as 7.
single person they meet along
No,
the
it's
road,
brilliant.
and you don't know
It's great.
who to trust. and
Hangman Bob.
the
whatever his name is.
end where it comes down
Channing
to
Tatum
Sam
and everything, yeah.
Jackson and what's his name? The two
Walter
the Confederate
Goggins.
soldiers,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
two you would never think
Walton
would team
Goggins,
up.
boy.
And they laugh as they're dying. They're pulling and hanging there. It's just so good. Hateful Eight is.
It is good, but sure.
And
Pulp
you never know who's
Fiction.
going to die. Everybody is just able to
Let me
get
just.
killed.
I'm gonna just name some names real quick
Yeah.
for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
Bruce Willis,
Of course, yeah, great.
Ving Rhames, John Travolta,
Dude,
Samuel L. Jackson,
at the
who's in
time,
both.
it was all of the best actors at the time.
Yeah.
The movie at the time
Uma
was
Thurman,
his best at
greatest
the time,
performance.
but he got better.
It was a teenage wedding in the old folks'
Such a
way,
classic,
come out.
great scene. But he got better.
Hey, you're saying Hateful Eight's better than Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction?
I think it's where Pulp Fiction should be. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Ah, Jared, I don't know what to do with you, buddy.
You got to drop Reservoir Dogs. It's too high. It's not. It's such a great classic film, but it's not better than these other movies.
I'm dying here, man. Are you a doctor? I say, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna be okay.
Right. It's a low.
Say the goddamn
great,
words.
Great for a low budget.
And they become all
film
close.
in one
But
scene.
Mr. Orange is a fucking rat. He's a cop.
It's not a whole, but it all takes place in a warehouse, and it's great dialogue. But the dialogue in these movies are what you hope conversations really would be.
I know.
He's become such a great writer that all of these newer movies just dwarf these older movies.
Dude, I don't know what to do with you. I can't put Hateful Eight above Pulp Fiction. I can put it above Kill Bill and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
So let's do that. This goes 7.
Yeah.
This goes 6.
Okay.
Hateful goes 5.
Sure.
Dude, putting it above Kill Bill.
I know
and
you
Reservoir
have a
Dogs
thing
is
for Pulp Fiction, so
Oh, it's a fucking.
yeah.
It's the movie that made me want to direct movies.
I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is better than Reservoir Dogs. I think it's better.
Chase. So does Chase.
Yeah.
So does Chase. Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, Leo again and Brad Pitt and the whole thing and the way they what's her name? It's so sweet in that movie, Margot Robbie, and the whole time you're waiting for this horrible thing to happen to her, but instead they show up to the wrong house. And at first he's even like, "Are you real?" And he's like, "I'm the devil to do the devil's work." He's just like,
which is an actual
and
quote.
the dog just rips him when he's like smashing that one psycho's head into the phone like 80 times.
Yeah.
It just. And the whole dude, Leo's best acting. He's crying, reading that book. This
Better
is
than
gonna be your
Monsieur
life
Candy?
one day. What?
Better than Monsieur Candy? Him is Monsieur Candy?
No.
Django.
Django's the best movie he's made.
Okay, so where are you putting it? Because we have 2 opened and 8 open.
So it's not 8.
Then tell me what it is.
It's probably 4. Pulp
yeah,
Fiction's
I'd say
8.
like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I can't put it above.
Reservoir Dogs is 8. Pulp Fiction can be 7.
Wait, Pulp Fiction could be 7?
Yes, that's how much better these movies have gotten.
Bro!
He's gotten so much better at making movies.
Fuck, man. Dude, you're... So it's better than Hateful Eight?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looks good to you?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, now it's just about this down to the brass tacks here. So right now, it's Inglourious Bastards and Django tied for 1, which
Yep.
we'll decide in a moment. 3, Death Proof. We're saying Death Proof is better than Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown. That's what we're saying?
Dude, it's so
Okay.
good.
It is fucking great. Then we have in 4th place,
So unexpected.
deservedly so, Pulp Fiction. Then we have the Hateful Eight, great movie. Then we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Kill Bill, volumes 1 and 2.
Yep.
Then at number 8, Reservoir Dogs. And then his worst, Jackie Brown, which I
makes
agree
sense,
with.
yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, brass tacks. What do we got in the comments? My list is Kill Bill 1, Once Upon a Time number 2.
Yeah, McKenna loves Once Upon a Time. It's a great movie.
It is. So is Kill. Kill Bill's great. Oh, man, this is...
Chase says Django might take it because of Leo.
I know.
Once Upon a Time, that's my favorite Tarantino movie, so Chase wants it up higher. And it is so good. It's
just his body of work is so fucking immense that it's so hard to compare.
they're very different
these amazing
films,
movies
but
to each other.
He's gotten so much better.
So, Jared, here's the real argument: Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained. I say Inglourious by a fucking country mile.
I can't,
Pun
dude.
intended.
Him and the Doctor together, just
It's great,
bounty hunting. It's
but
so good.
You're forgetting.
And
Brad Pitt.
the love story. Come on, she belongs in the house. You know the boss is gonna be mad if you do this to her. Come on, you punish me. Come on, dude. And that whole memory that he has to fight.
It's horrible,
And the
yeah.
whole winter,
It's
he's
horrible.
just learning how to kill, so that then he makes that deal when he gets captured at the end, and then rides back bareback and just cleans the house out.
Cleans house, yeah.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to Miss Laura. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
great.
that-
But
come on.
Yeah, but what about Inglourious Bastards.
Even
Brad
the
Pitt.
doctor
Just real quick,
dying.
let me go. You've gone on, but Inglourious Bastards. We have. We're gonna be dropped in on the border of France, and it's fucking Brad Pitt doing this Apache dope motherfucker. I want 9 Jewish American soldiers.
Yeah.
And he's like, and we're gonna do that of an Apache war resistance, whatever he says.
Yeah.
And
We will
every
be
single-
cruel to the
Yeah,
German,
yeah.
and they will know our
They will fear
cruelty
us,
by
yeah,
the limbs that we leave in our wake.
Yeah.
That's one.
and him saying
scene.
no, but let me go. So
Okay.
and then him saying and we'll fight like that of an Apache resistance. And every man under my command owes me a debit.
Yep.
A debit, yeah, you owe me
100.
100 Nazi scalps,
Yeah.
dude.
And I want my scalps, but that's one.
And
scene.
then them getting Hugo Stiglitz. Hugo Stiglitz killed 3 or 7 SS, and he was
I
famous.
love how scared they are. of
Samuel
them.
Jackson
It's
fucking
so good.
quote
Samuel Jackson in Django. What? Why do I gotta be nice to him up there on the horse?
Yeah.
Or how he won't even talk to him.
Yeah.
Like he only talks
and how
to
he
Candy.
figures out that they know
Yes.
each other.
And she starts crying. Why are you crying? Because
Yeah.
you're scaring me? Like, no. Like, he's so smart. And then he sits down with the brandy. and he
to
calls
brief
him-
his
Yeah.
boss on what's what.
Nah, they know each other. He does the whole thing. Come on, he's so good. And he gets it. He's like, no, you stay right there. At the end, and he's dude, come on, everyone in it plays the role to a perfection,
Okay.
and the cast is unbeatable.
You made a very good argument. So here's the list as we have it so far. Number 1,
yeah,
I'm sorry, gods of the movie film industry. Number 1, we have Django Unchained. Number 2,
So
we have Inglourious Bastards.
yeah,
Number 3, Death
deserves
Proof.
it. Oh,
That's
so good,
That's surprising to me how high we have.
so
Death Proof.
good, yeah,
Number 4, Pulp Fiction.
yeah,
Number 5, The Hateful 8.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Number 7, Kill Bill is Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Number 8, Res Dogs.
Yeah.
Number 9, Jackie Brown.
all
Reservoir
makes
Dogs
sense.
being below Kill Bill hurts, but I also sort of get it.
it makes sense, dude.
Hateful Eight being
that
above Once Upon a
truly
Time in
is
Hollywood.
a Hattori Hanzo sword.
I'm
It's-
okay with that. Yeah, dude, no. So
Come
much good
on.
shit. There's so
Yeah.
much good shit. Okay, ready, real quick.
She killed 88 of them.
crazy 80.
No, there's not 88.
Yeah,
they just
that's just
call
their
themselves
name. Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
So-
she really did kill like 80 people.
No, yeah. Oh, no. She cleaned house. So, real quick.
Your limbs are mine. You leave those. Yeah, she's so great.
Greatest scene in each one of these. So we can agree.
Yeah.
The greatest scene in Django is when he says, "Now you can get the marshal," and he goes and
Yeah,
explains
that-
the
come
whole thing.
on,
to him.
it's so good.
Because even the shit they say inside the saloon.
And
is
then
so
when he
dope.
goes, basically what I'm saying, Marshall, is you owe me $200.
Yeah.
And then Django looks at him like,
This motherfucker's
whoa.
wild. Yeah. And then number 2,
So good.
Inglourious Bastards.
Is the
Greatest scene.
speech. Yeah, of course. The speech he gives, I need 8 men. And we
It's not the
will.
beginning where he calls out, "You're hiding them under the floorboards. You're hiding enemy the states."
No,
are you
that's
not?"
one of the most tense and amazing scenes ever for sure. But that where he says, "I need 8 men," and they
then-
all step forward at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
They're ready. They're
Yeah.
like, "Let's do this."
And then when they free Hugo Stiglitz. No, dude, the greatest scene is in the fucking
trench.
No, the restaurant where they meet, and he's like, "If I'm going out, oh boy, I hope you don't mind me speaking to Kings with Michael Fassbender."
Yeah, that's a good scene.
That's the
yeah.
best scene in history.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Dude, remember
Where
that
they know
scene?
that they're probably
You have a
caught
unique
'cause the-
accent.
the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
he
yeah.
act- yeah, his accent.
You have a
gives
unique
him
accent.
away.
He's like,
Yeah.
Piz Palu, because he knows his film shit.
Yeah.
So he makes up this whole thing. Dude, and then once he's caught,
It's so
he
tense.
switches up from that German to
Yeah.
the, "All right, old boy, if this is it, I hope you don't mind me going out
Exactly,
speaking
yeah.
to Kings." Takes the shot. Damn good stuff, sir.
Yeah.
So good. Michael Fassbender,
Come on,
man.
yeah.
Okay,
He's-
so that's the best scene is down there.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
It's
for
a
sure.
Mexican standoff. No, I have guns on you. Yeah, but you got guns on us, but we got grenades on
Yeah,
you. So it's a good old Mexican standoff. Yeah. And then Death Proof,
it's
best
fun.
scene in that movie.
It's got to be that. So
The Rose McGowan.
Yeah, the Rose McGowan
Yeah.
scene. Well, the whole thing from that moment to the crash.
Yeah.
Because when they put on that song that
Davey
Hold
Dozy,
Tight,
Vicky Mickintich. Oh, yeah,
as they're
yeah.
all dancing and singing, and he turns the lights on right at.
And it shows each death.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking tire going over the chick's face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
bad. Yeah.
And then Pulp Fiction, the best scene is probably Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
Good, yeah.
And then Hateful Eight.
He's so good at everything.
It's a gross scene, but it's funny when he's like, your son, yeah. I remember your son talking to the Confederate soldier.
Oh,
And
that
yeah,
is
dude, that's
so crazy. Yeah.
But probably the end when they're like hanging him and laughing, all fucking
That's
bleeding, dying
that's
out.
a great moment.
Also,
I love
seeing
that the
Channing
letter was
Tatum.
fake, and then the guy at the end reads the letter, and he's like, "Mary Todd's calling me for dinner."
Yeah,
that's a nice touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, best scene is the end.
Yeah,
the Sharon
where
Tate
they just
stuff.
unleash on those psychos. Yeah,
Kill Bill, best scene. That maybe that crazy. No, all the fights are good, but that crazy.
when
fights.
when she fights Lucy Liu upstairs, and she's like, "Silly little girl likes to play with the samurai swords,"
yeah.
and then she cuts it real good, and
Cuts
she's
it
like,
real good.
For condescending you earlier, I apologize. And
Yeah.
she's like, apology accepted.
Yeah.
And then they get to work. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Reservoir Dogs. Clearly, it's the where he's dancing.
Oh,
cutting
yeah.
off the
I
guys
don't know why I came here tonight. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
here. Jokers to the left of me. What is
Yeah.
it?
It's called Here I Stuck in the Middle with You. Yeah.
And then Jackie Brown. The greatest scene in Jackie Brown is the credits.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
No, there's some good.
The
Michael
beginning
Keaton
credits.
Michael Keaton's always great. He's in it. He's the cop in it. Samuel Jackson. Robert De Niro was fucking in it, which is great.
Sam Jackson's so good in every single
He's so
movie.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm okay with this list. I'm happy with this
Yeah.
list.
That's a good list.
Dude, he's
Go
made
watch Django.
Yeah, I know.
When's the last time you seen it? It is so good.
It's been a few years
Yeah.
for sure.
So go watch it. It is so good.
Yeah, I can't believe, in good conscience, I'm putting it over Inglourious Basterds.
You will, if you watch it now, you will be like, okay, I get it.
You know what sold me was the Leo DiCaprio performance.
Come on, dude. He's too good
And
in that.
it's tremendous. He's tremendous in it.
Yeah.
Just how he has like his little idiosyncrasies to try and sound cool
Yeah.
and shit. What's the name of that movie where the bar turns into the living dead? The bar turns into the living dead.
I think he's thinking of Planet Terror, maybe. It's not a bar. It's a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah. Well, and that's Planet Terror, which is Grindhouse, which is part of Death Proof.
Which
It's
is
the double
its
feature.
own greatest movie.
Give him the gun.
Best
Give him
zombie
all the
movie ever
guns.
made,
It's the
yeah.
greatest zombie film of all time.
For sure.
Fight me. Yeah.
Yeah. They're balls, sweetheart.
Saeed from fucking
It's
Lost.
so good.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? He already knows.
Yeah,
Like, we know what
it's
it is
their
from
balls,
earlier.
sweetheart. Yeah.
They
So
have
good.
balls.
But dude, Bruce Willis showing up at the end,
Oh, he's the best.
talking about killing Osama bin
Rat's
Laden.
nest in Kandahar. Yeah.
Two on his chest, one in his
We
computer.
turn around, there he is, America's most wanted.
Yeah, genius.
Yeah, come
fucking
on.
genius. Oh man.
He wasn't supposed to be there. We weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
a
you killed
clusterfuck, whatever he
Osama
said, yeah.
bin Laden.
Yeah.
Put two on his chest, one in his computer.
When he, even just the line that I stole, I'll spin it for you quick.
Right
The
when he
coolest
starts.
fucking line, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
And how like his men are gone, and then those two walk in with the guns, and it's just so cool.
And Tarantino's creepy ass.
The
in it.
sauce recipe at the end while they're dying.
Yeah.
in the
And he
restaurant.
starts writing it down. Yeah. He's like tomato. He's like whatever.
Started at 250. It's
like
like,
250 really. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So good. But
12 hours. You use fresh tomatoes?
Canned. No shit. Yeah. Canned.
Oh shit.
So good. Yeah. Diablo something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Tarantino's made some of the greatest movies of all time. We could talk one day if we want to rank Scorsese movies. That's always fun. Any ideas
Yeah.
you guys have? But
no, the audience was definitely involved in this conversation. Thank you for that.
yeah,
cool.
appreciate it.
Dude, that's all I got.
yeah, me too.
Cool.
Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty fun stuff.
Covered some interesting topics.
We
today.
talked about Terrence Howard, talking about platonic salads.
The platonic solids, yeah. I hope you now have an understanding of what he means.
Yeah.
And that Leonardo Da Vinci was a Jedi Knight.
You know why Leonardo DiCaprio is named Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
Because his mother was in Italy looking at the Mona Lisa when he first kicked or something like that. And their last name happens to be DiCaprio, so that works too.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, Leonardo Da Vinci. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I was looking for the DiCaprio part. I thought it was a stage name.
Oh, no,
Okay.
yeah. Leonardo, because she was looking at a Leonardo da Vinci painting.
Which
Anyway,
is actually drawn in the Golden Mean.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, from Jared.
Thank you so much, you guys. Everybody in the chat. That was really sweet with the donations.
Oh, hold on. So sorry. Hold on real quick. Diablo something. Oh, he's talking about in the Bar of the Living Dead. They're actually vampires. George Clooney's in it.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
talking about
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez, written by Tarantino. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that's one
Great
of the best.
fucking
Yeah,
movie.
with Clooney. Yeah. Oh yeah.
George
that's a
Clooney
good
and
one.
Tarantino and Salma Hayek. Yeah.
Where they use the cross of the baseball bat to.
Are
cock
you
the
a faithless
shotgun.
preacher? Are you a mean
Yeah.
fucking weapon of God? Yeah, I'm a mean weapon of God.
Yeah.
Anyway, from Jared.
Thank you to the chat. You guys were awesome for the whole show. If you're catching this after the live show, please comment. Let us know what you think. Any topic ideas, we always want to hear from you. So thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share the videos, share the parts you like. Highlights to come.
Yeah. Everything he said times 2. Thank you. You guys rock. Everybody, thank you for the donation. Thank you for chatting. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We guys love you so much. We will see you Tuesday. I also got a cool video coming out Thursday for you guys. If you like watching our highlights and stuff. And then we got shorts coming. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way, guys. So
There's a lot of stuff.
And again, it'll be in the description. If you want a shirt, let us know. And yeah, we'd be happy to make you one. Send it over. Anyway, we love you guys.
Him.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, this man wants to die for his country. Oblige him. So good. Anyway, it's number 2 though. Fuck me. So all right, guys, we love you so much. We'll catch you on that flippity flop. Later, skaters.